You're listening to Alumni Stories from here on. Conversations with graduates and staff from the School of Creative Arts and Humanities about where they've been, what they've learned, and what comes next. Real paths, real voices, alumni stories from here on.
Today we're talking with Lauren Ferri. She's in the studio. She's joining us. We'll be hearing about her journey, her experiences, and what she's learned along the way in this sort of excitement.
Hello.
Hello, Lauren. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
We're good. We're very excited to talk to you.
Thank you.
Very excited to talk to you too. Very excited to hear from you. Thanks for coming down, Lauren.
No problem.
We just talk a little bit of a throwback, a little bit of a looking back a little bit. When were you here at UOW and how did you find your university experience?
I finished up in 2018 and I loved my experience here. I always boasted about the journalism curriculum here and like these kinds of classes and newsroom and everything to anyone I could talk to about it. So I really loved my experience and I attest a lot of my career to going here. So.
And that practical side of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. It's exciting. What kind of work are you doing right now?
I left journalism about 2 years ago, almost now, but I still think I'm very much in the realm of journalism because I am a media consultant for like not-for-profits and unions. So I work with journalists every day, I work with newsrooms a lot, and I just help clients get their stories into the media and in like an advocacy perspective.
How do those skills transfer over?
I'm still talking to case studies every day. I do a lot of writing in the form of media releases. I work with clients a lot. And I think I'm still building stories, I build them and then I work with journalists to get them up. So I think all of those skills that I learned as a journalist apply.
How did your time at UOW help you with those skills?
As I said before, all the practicalities of doing these classes, like you can learn as much as you can in a theory class and writing essays and such, but I think the practical skills of having a deadline, having editors, pitching stories, figuring out what makes a story, which I think we learn a lot of that in the practicalities of these classes. So I think that really transferred across.
I'm interested especially about that transfer from journalism into social advocacy and this sort of like relations. How much like crossover do you find there is?
I think there's a lot of crossover. My entire firm is built of former journalists, so we really thrive in creating stories every day and story construction. And just because we do that on the other side now I think we're all still honing our journalistic skills every day. So yeah, I think it all really crosses over really well.
I think my understanding of journalism is that it is sort of like it's a public service, and in that way you sort of are advocating, I guess, for your readers. You're saying, hey, for your sake, here's all the information about things that are going on so you can be informed and, prosper.
Yeah.
So yeah, did you find when you were studying and when you were developing your career as a journalist that was the part you were drawn to? Is that what led you to like union and social advocacy positions?
Yeah, I think so. Like for so many years, I loved telling the stories and being out in the field and doing that. And I think that when the opportunity came up to, I guess, go to the other side, I also wanted to expand my skill set and my knowledge and what I was doing. And I think I always said when I left my last job that I don't think my journalism career is over, because I think there's always time to go back, and there's always journalists who do go back and switch from PR to back into newsrooms, and they do it all the time. So I think, I just think I'm still very close to journalism, so I don't think I've stepped away completely. But yeah, just keen to be on that other side and doing things, I think, for a good cause, hopefully.
I think so. I think it's pretty easy to sort of continue that connection. You never really fully leave something when you're so invested in it. Obviously a lot of our journalism cohort right now, they're looking at the state of affairs, post-graduation, and it is intimidating. It's worrying. It's a volatile industry. It's not particularly foundational. It's not particularly structured, and they want to use what they've learned, as you say, the practical knowledge, but there's a sort of that gap of how do we sort of bridge it. Would you give any specific advice to our cohort of, soon-to-be graduates and coming cohorts in particular?
Yeah, sure. I went through the same thing in my last semester of uni. I just remember freaking out and applying for every job I could see. And I was literally in class with Sean Burns the day I had my interview for my first job. And he let me use his office to do the interview. And I went back and I said to him, I don't know, like, what do I do? And he said, Lauren, you take this job or you be unemployed. And I said, thank you, Sean. I'll take that advice. And I accepted the job. And that was at the Daily Mail more than 8 years ago now. And that job has led me to every other job I've had since. The contacts I've made there work in newsrooms across the country and across the world. They're in London, they're in New York, they're in Auckland, they're in Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, So I think say yes to any opportunity that comes along, even though it's not what you think you want to do. When I was studying here, I thought I wanted to do features, and that was what I had my heart set on. I wanted to go into long-form journalism. I almost failed some of the assignments in the court reporting class, which I don't know if you guys still have. And then I went on to become a court reporter. And that is what my passion was in, crime and justice and court reporting and covering some of the biggest stories in our courts. So I just think say yes to those opportunities. You never know where they'll go. You never know the people that you will meet or the doors that it'll open up. And I think that that's so important in this industry where networking is so, so, so important. So I just think, take the opportunities that come.
Absolutely. Yeah, just have a real forward-facing approach and be excited about it. That's a real optimistic note to go out on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lauren, for coming in and having this conversation. It's been pretty exciting.
I think I've got one more question.
You want one more question? Go ahead.
Out of your Daily Mail, court reporting, now PR, what has been the driving passion? What has kept you going in terms of you said before, getting people's stories, you're advocating for people. It's all about the case studies and the people that you're helping. Yeah, what's the passion? What makes you keep going?
I just love telling stories, and I always have loved telling stories, whether that's, doing drama, growing up, being a journalist, writing stories. I just love telling the stories, and I love making sure that people's stories are told, whether that is a victim in a court story who doesn't want to talk but then eventually says yes to doing an interview, or whether it's a case study of someone who is on job seeker or who is at risk of becoming homeless and we're helping them advocate for better housing in Australia. I just hope that the stories that we tell will help these people and also help people in Australia understand what is going on beyond their little bubble.
Thank you so much. That's really good. Just put it like that.
Exciting. It's heartwarming.
Yeah.
Very inspiring.
Thank
you.
you.
It is. It's good to see that someone that was like us and is coming from uni has graduated into someone who is loving their job, presumably.
Yeah, I do. I love it.
Yeah.
And doing good in the world, I think, as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, for sure.
It's really fun.
Well, we really appreciate you coming in today and taking the time,
no
Lauren.
Problem.